What is up, everybody? I just finished Severance Season 2, Episode 10, the season finale, and it was insane. In this video, I'm going to break down the episode, go through some key moments, and explain the ending because the ending was crazy. Please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and comment down below your thoughts. So we start off at the birthing center where people are just trying to figure out what they're going to do. They need to make a plan, and Mark's innie and his outie do this crazy thing where they have like a camcorder, a video recorder, and they can go throughout the door back and forth and talk to each other and send each other videos. They talk to each other about how Mark's innie has Heliar and that's who he wants to be with, and then Mark's outie wants to be with Gemma and she's been locked away in Lumen for 2 years, so it's a crazy conversation. And I do want to point out that the camera work in these scenes were just amazing. You get to see Mark's innie talk to Mark's outie, and it shows you camcorder footage, it shows you back to back, and you know that they have to walk back and forth every single time, but we don't get to see that. We just get to see the conversation like it would be happening in real time, and I thought it was very cool. Then we also get a scene with Mark and Miss Cobell, and she basically tells him that they are trying to build a file of Gemma throughout these 24 files, and he's been building Gemma's personality this whole time. Mark's innie kind of just has a freak out here, and he basically tells everyone there and Mark's outie that if he doesn't get severed back to the severed floor, he's going to make sure that Mark's outie never sees Gemma again. Mark's innie does get sent back to the severed floor, and guess who's there? Heliar. Mark and Heli are walking through the office building, and they see this weird statue of, I think it was Kier, and he's holding an envelope in his hand, and Mark takes it and is basically saying, you're going to finish the Cold Harbor, you're going to get 100%, and we're going to throw you a party afterwards. This is where Mark starts to tell Heliar his plan, his plan that he made with Mark's outie, and I think Heliar kind of likes the plan, but she's uncertain. This is where Heliar actually tells Mark's innie, you need to do this, at least you'll have a chance at living. And then Mark's innie's but I want to live with you. This was a very emotional scene, but then Mark literally starts to complete the Cold Harbor, and at this moment I was dude, why are you completing this? Mark freaking completes all the files, completes the Cold Harbor, it says 100%, and there's this statue of Kier, and it's a robotic statue, and then Milchek comes out and they have this whole marching band. It was a crazy scene. This is where things start to get real. So Heliar grabs Mr. Milchek's walkie-talkie and runs into the bathroom, and then Mr. Milchek follows after her, and Mark goes the opposite way into the hallways. Heliar ends up trapping Milchek in the bathroom and closes the door on him, and he's pushing really hard, but then Heli's holding it pretty well. And then freaking Dylan comes out of nowhere with a vending machine and puts it in front of the door to trap him for good. So Mark is running through the halls, sprinting, trying to find Gemma, trying to find the dark hallway where Gemma is being held. Then we see that Gemma actually enters the Cold Harbor room, and it's just a baby crib with a tool on it, and the intercom tells her to dismantle the baby crib. And then there's also this other scene happening with Drummond and the goat lady, and she brings this goat as a sacrifice, and this drumming guy with the beard is we're gonna sacrifice this goat. It is really weird. I really don't like Drummond. Milchek is still kicking the bathroom door and punching it and running into it as much as he can do, and then Mark's still running through the hallways. So this moment is very intense. The goat lady is about to sacrifice the goat. She has the gun right on him, and then Mark finally finds the room where they are and starts banging on it. And then the beard guy, Drummond, just comes out and starts to attack Mark, beating him and kicking him everywhere. He almost knocks Mark out, he has his hands on his throat, and then the freaking goat lady comes up with the gun behind him and says there's no more killing. But then Drummond literally attacks the goat lady, and Mark is still on the floor trying to recover, and it's just crazy. But then the goat lady is actually doing very well for herself and gets the gun and puts it to freaking Drummond's head, and then Mark's no, stop. Mark then takes Drummond to the dark hallway. They're on the elevator, and Mark switches to his outie and accidentally shoots Drummond. Mark's outie doesn't really have any idea what's going on, but he ends up on the same floor as Gemma. And at this moment, I just had to sit back and I was man, this show is amazing. So Gemma is still taking apart the crib, just following the instructions from the intercom people, and Mark finds the room that says Cold Harbor. Then the nurse lady comes out of nowhere and she's like, how did you get in here? And Mark just like points the gun at her and she just like runs away. It was kind of funny. This part was actually very impressive from Mark because he had all this like blood on him from Drummond, and he uses his blood to put it in the little hand scanner so that he can get in the Cold Harbor room. The door opens and we see Gemma. Mark sees Gemma finally. At this point, Gemma is still severed, so she doesn't really know who Mark is, but this is Mark's Audi from the outside world, so he knows exactly who this is, and he tries to tell her, like, I'm your husband, we've been married a long time, and she actually does trust him. I don't know why, because he's covered in blood. I wouldn't trust him, but he takes Gemma out, and she gets severed back into her Audi personality. This is an amazing moment because they are both their true selves and they can finally see each other again, and it was just it was truly amazing. Like, I love this show so much. They start hugging and kissing, and it was great. All the lights start going red, and like these flashing red lights everywhere because they know what's going on right now, like the board and everybody knows. And so Mark and Gemma start sprinting through the hallways trying to get like to the main place where they can get out. And they get to the elevator and the door shuts and they start to like hug and kiss, and then they both get severed again. So they get severed, and it's Mark's Innie and then Miss Casey from the Innie Severance building, and they're like this, and then they're like, oh my gosh, wait, what's going on? She's like, what's going on right now, Mark? And he basically tells her, like, you gotta come with me right now, just trust me. So they start running out again. I guess they get severed again, and they finally found the door they are looking for. Then we cut back to Milchek being stuck in the bathroom, and he does get out. He freaking uses all his aggression and like runs through I don't know if he like kicks it or like runs into it, but he gets out. And he jumps on the the top of the vending machine like Wolverine or something. It was pretty funny. So this is where things start to get kind of crazy. They find the door. Mark and Gemma find the door that they're trying to get to, and they run up to it, and Gemma goes out, but Mark's Innie stays in. Gemma is obviously like freaking out. She's like telling Mark, you gotta come on with me. And guess who's at the end of the hallway on the other side? Heliar. Obviously, we know that Mark's Innie is going to choose Heliar over Gemma, but I thought this was a very selfish thing to do. Like, he had already talked to Mark's Audi. Like, going with Gemma is the real thing to do. Like, that's the good thing to do. I don't want to say he's not a real person, but like, bro, get out of Lumen and then we can figure stuff out. I mean, maybe he would have died. I don't know, but maybe they can figure out another way. Like, maybe he sees Heliar in Lumen, and then when he goes out, he can see Gemma. I don't know, but it was crazy. So Gemma is going crazy, like banging on the glass, telling Mark, like, bro, what are you doing? And she's like crying, you need to come with me. And then Mark runs over to Heliar, like interlocks their arms, their hands, and they start running like in a slow motion through the hallways. I don't really know where they're running to, but they're running. And then it's freeze frame. We got Mark. We got Heliar, freeze frame. It starts to zoom in. Cut to black. Directed by Ben Stiller. That is how the episode ends, man. This series is insane. It's probably one of my favorite TV shows ever. It's probably my favorite TV show ever. But yeah, that's how it ends. And I really thought it was just going to end with like Mark seeing Gemma for the first time, them just like locking eyes, but I'm so glad that it didn't do that, and they got to like be with each other for like a couple minutes, even if it's just a couple minutes, because they both didn't know what was going on with each other. Mark literally thought Gemma was dead, so I thought it was a pretty good ending. I'm probably going to make another video about like theories on what could happen in season 3, but for now, that is it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching this. Please leave a comment down below and subscribe to the channel, because we are almost at 100 subscribers, and I'm so excited for that. So yes, please subscribe, please like this video, and comment down below some theories you think is going to happen, and if you like this season. Thank you so much, guys, and I will see you next time.